Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Greg Silberman here, your CPA from Atlanta, Georgia. We've been expanding here at SJ Gorowitz, buying up some new properties and practices and expanding into different suburbs. A lot of clients ask me, how can they make more money, save more money through taxes or other means? And my answer is always the same, and I think it will surprise you. Stick with us and find out. Okay, welcome back to our episode on tithing. Charitable giving, the power of tithing. Let's talk about it. What is tithing? Tithing is essentially charity or charitable giving, giving to a worthy cause, right? So giving to somebody who doesn't need it is probably not a worthy cause. Giving to a religious cause, giving to disadvantaged people, animals, etc. I think one intuitively understands what a worthy cause is. The Torah or the scripture basically prescribes donating 10% of your income to charity and up to 20% in certain instances. Now, I know that's a lot for somebody who's just starting out. If you think what 10% of your earnings are after tax, that's going to be a lot of money, and it's going to cause a lot of people to recoil or at least not pursue further. The idea is not to go straight into 10%, but the idea to start at 2 or 3% and then continue to ratcheting it up as you're seeing the flows start coming in as a result. And this does require intuition and watching things and being much more aware of your surroundings. Then you can start ratcheting it up, right? 2%, 3%, 5%, 7, 10%, exactly. So maybe within a year, you're reaching that 10% goal. But it's about starting and moving forward. Charity is rooted in most scriptures, but in Jewish tradition and religious teachings. Now, why it matters? Well, there's deep spiritual reasons for it, which I don't profess to understand all the time. But essentially, you can parallel it to this, right? And that the process of surrender, the process of surrender is the opposite of the process of tightness, of maintaining and having kind of tight control over something. One can pretty much realize that having tight control over things, whilst it's good, may drive you crazy, but it doesn't release you to bring in new ideas to grow or anything like that. Growth is scary, but growth is typically surrendering to what you can't control. And that is pretty much what charity is. Charity is surrendering part of your hard-earned wealth. You earned it through your own blood, sweat, and tears, and now you're surrendering it. And that's why charity works, because it's the surrender which allows the growth to return to you manyfold, magnifold. Believed to bring financial blessings, it does indeed bring financial blessings. I can guarantee it. And as we saw in the previous video, not only I, but HaKodesh Baruch Hu, the big man upstairs, guarantees it. It also encourages generosity and a mindset of abundance. You've heard the saying, you got to think it to be it. Well, you got to think abundance to be abundance. And giving charity essentially allows you to put you in that frame of mind of thinking abundance to be abundant. So these are very, very deep topics. I can't profess to understand them all, but I know practically that they do work. And I'd like you to try it out. Test me in this, not me, him. Anyway, that's our second part of this series. Greg Silberman out for now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief review. There will be more series to come on charitable giving and tithing and why it works as far as making you additional money and additional funding. Greg Silberman out for now.